Okay. Thank you for participating in this interview. This interview is part of my senior capstone project for communication class. I'm studying how college students interpret health communication message about vaping. The interview will take around maybe 15 minutes and will be recorded for academic purpose only. Your response will remain confidential. Do you consent to participate and be recorded?
Yes, I consent.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, we'll start with your background. How old are you and what is your major?
I'm 20 and my major is political science.
Okay. Are you currently a full-time college student and where you study, if you are?
Yes, I'm a full-time college student at the University of North Dakota.
Okay, and how would you describe your social environment on campus? Like friends, activities, what do you do?
My social environment. I
Mm-hmm.
would say most of my friends come from the track team that
Okay.
I'm a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I
What
guess that's it.
do you do anything like outside track? I know you do track and stuff, but like what
I
is
mean, I
the
used to last semester, then track got kind of expensive and I stopped. I mean, not too much. I used to go out to the frats for quite a
Yeah.
bit last semester. But aside from that, and maybe go exploring when I used to do more when the weather was warmer.
Okay, makes sense, because it's freezing.
It
Okay.
is.
All right, let's get into it. So my first question is, have you ever tried vaping?
Yes, I have.
Okay, and you're still doing it actively, or you just tried and
No, I mean, I if I'm being honest, I do vape if I have the chance at a party, but
okay.
that's kind of it. I don't vape regularly.
Okay, so you're like
I'm a
never
casual
actually
vaper.
vaped, but you just do it like when you party, kind of.
Did yeah.
Okay. What do you think is that like? Do you just feel kind of good, or do you just like drink something and then you
I think it's fun because I learned a bunch of tricks to do with the smoke. So that's yeah, that's mostly why.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I mean, it gives you a bit of a buzz, but it's not necessarily the main reason.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. The next question is how common do you think it's actually vaping among college students?
I think it's pretty common. I think, I think it's kind of switching. I think it was more common before, like past years. I
Mhm.
think the past year and this year it's become more common to use like SINs or nicotine pouches
Mhm.
instead of vapes. So I think the popularity is kind of declining, but I do think it's still quite popular.
Okay. I don't know you're from Sweden, so do you think it's like more like how would you compare vaping from here when you're here like in North Dakota and back Sweden?
I would say it's about the same. I think the nicotine pouches are even more popular back in Sweden, and I
Mhm.
think the like spiked vapes are more popular here, like THC vapes
Okay.
with substances in them.
Hmm. Mhm.
I do not remember finding those or like regularly finding those back home.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and they look different here. I don't know what's up with that.
I don't know. I think there's probably different rules as well, like when it comes to
That
vape
could be, yeah.
and what you can sell or how they look or.
That could be the case. I think more vapes are like smuggled here
Hmm.
than they are back home or
Okay.
something. But that's just my theory. I don't know.
Well, yeah, well, that's what we want to hear, your theory. Okay. Do you have friends that vape?
Back home, yes. Here, not regularly. I don't know anyone here that constantly vapes. Party vapes, yeah, but
But not like constant vapors.
no. Back home, I do know some people, but
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I know. Okay. You said you occasionally vape, and how do you feel about people who actually vape, like who like vape in daily basis, basically?
I do think it's stupid. I think it's a lot more. uh, I think it's a lot more dangerous to vape regularly than to like smoke cigarettes, if I'm being honest, because it creates, and I also saw like my brother used to vape a lot.
Hmm.
Now he does Zins instead, or like like nicotine pouches, because he noticed that it had a really bad like effect on his health,
Okay.
like a really fast one. So like I think it's dangerous because also it's so easy to because it tastes so good. So you
Hmm.
don't really think about it. So I think, yeah, I think it's a dangerous thing to do. I do think it's kind of stupid, but I guess that's a double standard for me
No,
to
no,
say if I
I
party
see
some.
that.
But if we do it regularly, I do think it's a bad idea
It is. But I
to
feel like
do.
it's hard to quit for people because like you said, they taste kind
Yeah,
of like candy probably, And then like because like actual
yeah,
cigarette tastes bad. And then you're
that is true. I think any nicotine addiction is hard to like get
yeah.
over, and it's also such a bad like financial decision
Yeah.
to be addicted to something like that
No,
because
that's so
they're
true.
kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I overall I don't think it's a good thing.
No. Yeah. Okay. Let's go into more depth in health risks. And so what do you think, what health risks do you associate with vaping? What comes to your mind?
Like I think popcorn lungs
Mm-hmm.
mostly. Like the thing that comes top of my head. But that's just from reading some studies and stuff. But in general, like a decline in your lung capacity,
Uh-huh.
mostly from what
Yeah,
I've noticed. Like pretty fast one. Like you can be vaping for only a month and you'll already see a difference in how you breathe. So
that's scary. Yeah,
that
actually.
is good.
Yeah. And people still do it.
I don't think people care that much about themselves, if I'm being honest.
Probably
A
not
lot of
then.
time.
Yeah,
And I think you like if you do a sport, you're gonna notice it faster.
true.
If you're just a regular person, you probably won't think about it too much, aside from when you try to actually run for the bus or something.
Yeah.
Like so,
Yeah. Where did you learn about these? Was like social media about health risks? Where did you mostly learn? Social media, or did you hear
the
from?
risks
Yeah,
for
the risks mostly, yeah.
uh I learned about the risks through social media things, like articles online, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Online in general.
Okay.
Because I know I learned of vape's existence, I remember, or that it was a thing when I was like 16. I was on a trip, I was on a language trip to France, and it
Mm-hmm.
was like the new hot thing, and me and my friend bought some there and then smuggled them back to Sweden. So we vaped for like a summer there when we were like 16. And
So,
then we learned, this is not too good. Because then we thought that, okay, this is not like, it's like a healthy version of cigarettes, but no, it's not. And then we
no.
learned that
Mm-hmm. So
you can
basically,
be
that was the first time you learned about vaping, like when you were 16?
the first time, not, let me double check. Was I 15 or 16? It was like right before high school, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I knew that e-cigarettes were a thing, but that was like the first time I actually tried them and knew that it was a thing for people to do,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. Or it was popular.
Okay. You can
Because
answer it. Yeah, go ahead. What?
everyone was smoking in France. I don't know.
In
Oh,
France?
until like,
I
yeah,
feel like people still do. Like they think it's cultural thing, I think.
I think it is a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm. Like everyone smokes there.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Okay. You kind of answered my question. My next question was like, do you think vaping is harmful? And we kind
Yeah,
of talked about it.
it
But
is
if you want to
definitely.
add something on it, feel
I
free.
think it's harmful not only because it creates such like I do think it's harmful because it's so new and all the research on it hasn't been done necessarily. Like with
Hmm.
cigarettes, like people have been studying that for years now. We
Yeah.
know most of the health risks with it because it like the demographic is such a young audience with all the flavors like catering to a younger
Hmm.
audience that
Hmm.
also doesn't necessarily know. And that their lungs are still kind of developing and stuff. So I think it's having a really bad impact
Mm-hmm.
on the current generation.
Yes, definitely. And I feel like it's so easy accessible for everyone, basically.
Yeah, it is very easily accessible.
Yeah, that's scary.
And it's like, because with a cigarette, most people would like try it and be like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, because it tastes bad, right? But
Yeah.
then you try a vape and you're like, this kind of
Hmm.
tastes like strawberries. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
lemon
just
trees.
strawberry flavor. Well, it's not bad, like it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
It is.
Indeed, it is.
Indeed it is. Okay. What is your opinion about traditional smoking? Like, do you think like you kind of also answered this one, but like traditional smoking versus vaping, do you still believe like vaping is kind of more safer option?
No, I don't think it is more safe. Looking at the research and all of that, and that is also because I think it's going to be proven to be worse because there's a lot more chemicals
Yes.
in
Mm-hmm.
vaping than in traditional cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't think it's a safer option.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I think if I'm being completely honest, I think it's just a reboot that the nicotine industry does
Yeah,
every couple
definitely.
of years because they
Mm-hmm.
still need to do revenue. So if say cigarettes gets banned for a bit, or not banned but regulated by a bunch of people because
Mm-hmm.
you learn that it's bad for you,
Yeah,
then you come up with a new product saying that this is like the way for you to stop
better.
smoking
Mm-hmm.
for a bit,
Yeah.
or the healthier
Mm-hmm.
version, but then no shit, that is going to be proven to be bad for you. And like the next cycle, that would be nicotine pouches.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of replaces vapes, but that is also going to be proven to have health risks. So I think the focus is not on making a healthier version, it's just of finding a new way to make money because it's still a commercial business. So
Very true. Yes. Agreed. Yeah.
indeed, indeed.
Yeah. Okay. I'll ask some questions about commercials you've seen. So have you seen or heard any anti-vaping campaigns or messages around like here in US or Sweden or wherever?
Anti-vaping
Mm-hmm.
campaigns, not in the same way. I've seen on social media, yeah, maybe, but that is mostly independent creators, I think. I haven't seen like a big company come out and do, not that I can remember, not in the same way or the same extent as traditional cigarettes, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I've seen like doctors online advise against it and stuff like that,
Okay.
but not like agencies. Because you like if you buy a vape and all that, yeah, there's says some restrictions on it, but it doesn't have like the pictures and stuff to scare you off.
That is true.
It's
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah. So there's not enough message out there, like, that would say that vaping is harmful.
No, I would say there's not. People are still kind of learning, I think.
Hmm. Okay. But yeah, actually, I also think that's like what we're missing. Like, that's why I kind of think this project is pretty nice. That we are making like trying to kind of explore what is missing in like health communication when it comes to vaping.
Hmm.
That's probably a big issue right now
Yeah.
because
And
there's a
also
lot of,
like
yeah.
catering to a younger audience, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Exactly. I feel like kids like starting from 11, 12. They easily
Hmm.
can get vapes and, like all the flavors they want in the world, whatever.
Yeah, I had a couple of friends, but this was in high school though, when we were around 16,
Mm-hmm.
that started, they did a little business. They bought like big packs of vapes and stuff and would sell them to younger kids. Nothing good on my friends, but it was like it was really easy to make money out of this. So
But yeah, well, you do what you gotta do
you do what you
sometimes.
gotta do. They found an easy way to make money.
Well, yeah, well, hmm, good for them, probably.
Ah, they stopped when
But
they realized maybe this is not too good.
yeah.
Or
So
dumb 16-year-olds. But yeah,
yeah,
continue.
true. No, but what do you like? If we kind of talk about this too, but like, what do you think? Like, message is missing, like commercial message. There's not a lot. Like, we kind of
Hmm.
concluded is there's not a lot of message out there about vaping, but if there
I
is, what do you think? Like, what the message is missing?
I think the thing missing is that it's advertised more as a candy than as a drug.
Hmm.
So that, yeah, what's missing is that it is a thing that will harm you. You don't have any benefit. Like, it's not like having a sugar addiction or
Yeah.
something like that. It's so much worse. And
Hmm.
it shouldn't be advertised as a fancy thing, kind of.
Okay.
Or
Um,
like
yeah.
an exciting thing is like if you want to smoke, then smoke, but you should be aware of what it is, and it shouldn't be like a new trend that a new flavor came out.
True. And what do you think they should do? Like how they should communicate more effectively to
I
get the
think
message
it,
out?
yeah, I think the packaging is an effective way, like to put the information on the packaging as they do with traditional cigarettes.
Hmm. But do you think that's working? Like,
I think it
especially.
worked. I would say that I get a bit like disgusted when I watch a cigarette package before.
So
So
true.
yeah.
Okay. Why do you think people still choose to vape? They know it's bad for them, especially if we talk about college students now. They know that it's bad for them. Like they're young, but they I know a lot of people care about them, like care about health. A lot of
Yeah,
active people vape, which is kind of crazy to me. Because like, how can you work out and still vape,
yeah, that is crazy.
hard and yeah, so
I can give you a long answer on this, but
that's
let's
okay.
see. Let's see. Let me organize my thoughts.
No rush.
I think it's I think there can be a lot of different causes. I think people start vaping or smoking, a lot of cases is when they are very young and they don't necessarily think about the consequences of it. Like, yeah, they know and they've heard that it's something bad, but all their friends are doing it and it's kind of fun. And nicotine is something that you get addicted to quite fast.
Hmm.
So then it's just kind of hard to stop doing.
Hmm.
And especially if you're not an active person, then you don't necessarily feel the effects of it that fast. So then you
Yeah.
just stick with it, and then it's so hard to quit that you don't put the effort in to actually quit. So it just becomes essentially a bad habit.
Hmm.
And then for active people, to be honest, I don't know, because if you put that much, like if you're just like active, just exercising and not necessarily an athlete, then
Hmm.
I guess it's kind of the same thing. And maybe you don't put two and two together because I guess people still like drink alcohol or do
Hmm.
a bunch of other things that necessarily don't put their health first, but
Hmm.
they still want to keep active. So, and I guess that is like the same level for all things. If you want to be an athlete though, then it's just like I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe they're not that
They're
keen
not
on
that
their
serious
results.
then about, yeah,
Yeah,
that's so
I
true.
would assume. Then I think they're just doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah. For the pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe for the pressure, because it does like help with if you not necessarily because it's not an it doesn't help with anxiety, but if you have a thing that creates anxiety for you and is the only thing that can stop it, then no shit, you're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't want to like withdrawals don't feel good. So
Hmm.
and you want to eliminate a bad feeling.
Hmm.
So it's a quick fix if you've already started with it.
Quick, but not the good one. Yeah,
Not
that's
the good one, but I think most people I think it's very hard for people to actually look past like you can know that something is bad for you, but if you're not dying of it, then you're not gonna I think people are more practical than rational.
yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, agreed. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add on this conversation?
Is then I don't think so. I think it's like any other drug, I think it's a bit glorified.
Hmm.
Because I think a lot of people do it only in parties and not necessarily, and then there's some people that fall victim to that actually make it a habit, but that is not as glorified as doing it as at parties. Same with drinking and same with
Hmm.
any other drug.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
I think, and that adds a lot of hype to it
Hmm.
or gives a reason.
Yeah,
Should I even do it? So I can't say I'm better. I'm not better than anyone else.
that's okay. It's fine. Okay, well, if there's nothing else you want to add, thank you for your time. And yeah, it was really fun talking to you about this and hearing your thoughts.
I think I'm done yapping.
Okay, okay, well, thank you and have a good night.
Same.